It's a totally different sport to anything else. There's so much range. You can be involved in indoors, you can come to Ratho and do some lead climbing with a partner, you can go bouldering on your own, you can go outside and just be in nature completely by yourself without any restrictions. And it's got such a nice community behind it of supportive people who are more than happy for you to do whatever you want. I've been really into competitions from the start. When I started climbing at youth squad, I pretty much started doing competitions straight away and then progressed to just doing more and more of them. My name's Hannah. I'm a former GB comp climber and now I coach a lot of GB comp climbers. I tend to spend most of my time now on the wall, on the floor, talking people through their own climbing and talking about what they're thinking and things. But for the best part of a decade, really, I was the comp climber myself, and I went from training with my local youth squad in Glasgow to getting to compete all over the world, which was something that really was the high point of my childhood and was brilliant. And I love using that to be able to help other young people get to that stage and have those experiences that I was lucky enough to have.
And this is looking really good.
Very solid on the first attempt.
Hannah
One
Smith
hand, two hands.
pushing up. What a dream start from Hannah Smith.
Competitive climbing is definitely something that presents a lot of challenges for people, and it did for me. People that know me will remember me crying at various events and being really disappointed in myself. And I think it's that desire for me to be able to perform and show what I can do that really drove me into competition climbing. And even though sometimes it hurt and I definitely had some tough experiences, I was dropped from the GB team when I was 16, and I've kind of seen that as a sort of comp career defining moment for me, where I decided that I was going to get back on the team and I was going to be the one that did that. That whole year I worked harder than I'd ever worked. My whole year was about selection, but actually throughout that year I think I had some of my biggest achievements. At 16 I was 4th in the Senior British Bouldering Championships, which makes me the youngest competitor to be in finals. And I also won my first British title that year as well. I became British lead climbing champion for the first time. And lead had always been my discipline that I struggled with. I don't like heights. So I knew I would have to get over that if I wanted to achieve my goal of getting back on the team and competing internationally. So I did. And I think winning that title was confirmation to me that if I put my mind to it, I can do it. And was able to get onto the junior team again, but also qualify for the seniors as well, which just blew my mind. And you just have to have that mental toughness, but it's built up over a really long period of time. It's those tough experiences and the days that don't go so well and the times that you find really hard that I think confirm to you that you're doing this because you want to do it. At the start of 2020, an opportunity came up for me to apply to the Sport Scotland Young People's Sport Panel. We worked with schools to try and produce the School Sport Awards, try and encourage more young people at school to be active who maybe don't have facilities or couldn't get access to facilities at weekends for whatever reason. And that was an awesome initiative that we're really pleased to see schools have taken up. I work as a teacher now, and occasionally when I see the schools got the School Sport Award, it brings me a lot of pride to be able to look at that and know that I was a part of it. Really good. Another area we worked on was access. We launched the Kit for All campaign, which is a recycling campaign for sports clothes. A lot of young people and their families struggle to afford sports kit. It can be really expensive. That was so good. I very naturally moved into the sphere of coaching, which is what I do now, and I absolutely love it. Go on. Awesome. Come on. I became the youngest international coach of any country, I think. I work with some incredible young climbers who are on that same path that I was on about 10 years ago now, working towards GB team, working towards international competitions. I'm ready when you are. Okay. You ready? Ember's awesome. Ember's one of the climbers I've spent the most time with, I think. We've had a really similar journey. Ember actually was deselected from the GB team last year at the exact same age I was. Come on, you've got it, fight! When I was dropped, I didn't have anyone that had been through that, and I've always thought that I want to be to the athletes I coach what I needed at that stage. Come on. Ember's been working really hard over the past year, and it's really nice for me to see that she's having that same experience that I had, that if you put the work in, you will get the results out. Hard work will always pay off.